Hi, my soapy sunflowers. It's Heather from the Wyoming Sunflower, and today we're going to make multi-purpose surface cleaner. If you are looking for the recipe, please go to my Patreon. It is down below in the details. If you are already one of my soapy sunflower exclusives, hi, welcome back. This multi-purpose surface cleaner is fantastic. I use it in my house and I sell out of it quite a bit. I ran across this recipe quite a while ago, and with it I decided to change a few things and stuff around that made it more, I guess, useful for what I needed it for. So we're going to start off with water, and a lot of water. Now, you're going to warm your water up. Mine was already warm because I had a plan of making several different fragrances of the spray, because at this last event I completely sold out. So I had to make a whole bunch all over again. So just remember that your water does need to be warmed up. It just is going to help with the process when you stick your washing soda in, which is coming up right now. We're going to dissolve washing soda in the water before we proceed on further. Before you move on, you really need to make sure that you are stirring this and getting it dissolved really well. You do not want to have any little gritty pieces or anything in there. Just make sure it's really dissolved. Next, I add the glucoside, and when I am adding each different phase of this mixture, I am stirring really slowly to make sure I create as little bubbles as possible. It's gonna bubble a little bit, it's gonna react. It's a cleaner, it's gonna do that, but just go as slow as you can. I always suggest to people to pour and measure out each one of your ingredients and then pour those in. But yeah, I don't follow my own rules ever. So you do as you will. It is your business. And if you hear my birds whistling in the background, I apologize. My African gray is very chatty today. After everything is mixed in really well, I add in my distilled white vinegar. You can also use apple cider vinegar powder, but let me just tell you, your cost is going to go up quite a bit. And honestly, white vinegar in the liquid works perfect. Where I started, but some people talked about if they could use the apple cider vinegar powder, and you can if you choose to. Just know that it is way more expensive to go that way. But I do use apple cider vinegar powder for other parts of other recipes that I make. Now look at me taking my own advice and using a separate container to measure out this next part. But yes, I like to measure out my polysorbate and my fragrance or essential oil in a separate container together. I just do it this way. I don't have a rhyme or a reason other than I just like to do it this way. This is the way that I do it. This is the way I've always did it, and I probably will always continue to do it this way. As always, I don't put the amount of essential oil or fragrance in my recipes usually, because I feel like you need to do the IRFA on your own fragrance of what you're using. I'm using Very Berry because it's my most popular scent, not only in my home, but to sell. It sells fantastic, it smells fantastic, and honestly, Midwest, I just love their fragrances. So it is one of my favorite scents, and that's what I use. At this time, I then put it in. This does discolor, but I'm putting mine into black containers, so you can't ever see the colors or anything in mine. But if you'd like to color this, I'm sure that you could. I don't, because my aesthetic is black and kind of like a brown color, so I go with that. Again, I stir really slow, try not to create extra bubbles, and just make sure everything is combined. Now, this mixture is going to be very acidic. You're going to be around the 10 range, 12 to 10 range. And so you can use it this way. I like things to be a little more gentler on my hands, on my customers' hands and stuff. So this is where you're going to pH check it. You have two different choices. You can do the little pH strip. I just got this pH reader the other day because I go through a lot of pH strips. And so I'm like, let's try it. But a lot of people cannot afford those, so I do the wheel as well to show you guys. Right now it's sitting around a 10, but we're going to check it with the meter and see if that is correct. As I said, this is the first time I've ever used it. So we are sitting at a 10. Like I said, you can leave it like this. It cleans very well like this actually, but it is not gentle on the hands. So I adjust my pH with citric acid. This is going to foam up. And you're going to, I do about a teaspoon at a time. And I do it slow, I mix it all in, I test, and this could take several times for me in this particular batch. And usually it takes me between 4 and 5 teaspoons to get the pH around 8, which is, where I want mine to sit because it's gentler on the skin. I do a lot of cleaning at my house. My kids do a lot of cleaning. So we're all using it, and I prefer it to be gentler on my skin and also on my customer's skin. But you choose how you do your business. If you want it more on the acidic side, it does clean a little better. I wouldn't say better because citric acid really does good at cleaning and stuff. It's just gentler on the skin. I should have said it that way. It's just more gentle on the skin. But this part, I'm literally 1 teaspoon at a time going through testing. See, we're really high still, so I will continue to do this until we get a pH of 8 or around 8 or 9. Now remember, I like to preserve all my stuff. We are messing with water here. You need that pH to also be down to put your preservative in. So if you're going to sell this, I would stick on the preservative side. If you are just going to use this for home use, then you choose what you feel is safe for yourself. But again, if you're going to sell this, you need to stick on the preservative side to keep your customers safe. You don't know how long it is that they're going to use that, and it's going to be sitting, and you don't want to spread bacteria all over your kitchen, all over yourself. Just always caution on the safer side. So I use these bottles because it goes with my aesthetic. They're 16 ounces. I got them on Amazon. They work really good. You choose what you want to do. If you guys are interested in the amounts for the recipe, please go to my Patreon. I will drop that below. Hopefully I'll see you there. Bye guys.